Hello and welcome to We Got a Podcast about Dragon Ball from A to Z, from Earth to Namek to Sadalo. We cover it all. My name is Randy.
And I'm Thriving Doug.
And I'm growing up big and strong Ken.
Oh boy, great. I can't wait to talk about that. So we're the world's strongest under the heavens trio de dangers here every other week to talk your ear off about fights, goofs, and everything else in the Dragon Ball cosmos. Ken, you have to tell me how you're doing. I just wanted to throw Doug off. That's
okay.
That's my goal.
Me first. Well, I beat Death Stranding 2.
Beat it.
My in-game time to beating the game was about 63 hours. I put in another 10 afterwards. There is some like post-game stuff to do as well.
Wow. Like walkings?
Yeah, but you do a lot of more driving in this game than you did in the first one.
Oh.
Once you get the car, which you unlock pretty quickly, and the truck, you're using those.
They really dropped their mission statement and now cars, okay.
Okay, well, it's a 10 out of 10 game. As I get further and further away from it, the story is souring a little bit in my mind. Like, not the what of what happened, but the how and, like, way characters acted along the way. Still a phenomenal game. Currently my game of the year, beating out Schedule 1, which is my previous game of the year.
Schedule 1.
Now, I'm saying that, and as we record tomorrow, I will be playing Donkey Kong Bonanza, and so I don't know, that might take the cake.
That's what I'm excited about playing.
Death Stranding 2, like one of the coolest parts about it, as someone who's played all the Metal Gear games, is there is so much Metal Gear in this game in terms of influence from MGS5, but also story beats from previous games. So it's very rewarding as a Metal Gear fan as well. And yeah, Death Stranding 2, check it out. But like I said last time, you have to play Death Stranding 1. There's no getting out of that. That is required.
Man, really?
Yeah.
Dang it.
So, Doug, what have you been up to?
I'm excited about Donkey Kong Bonanza. I was never going to like get that game until Target gave me that $50 gift card thing for getting the Switch late. So I'm like, yeah, maybe I'll throw this at Donkey Kong then.
What day did you get your Switch?
From Target, I got it on the 11th.
Oh, wow. Okay, that is pretty late then.
A week later, yeah. But so, yeah, I mean, I never had a thing for Donkey Kong. I never played the original games, never really cared for them. When Mike uses them on Mario Kart nights, I'm like, who is freaking Donkey? But no, I heard good things about this game, so I'm looking forward to it, actually. I can't wait for that. Besides that, I got more bookcases for my new place, more art that I'll get to hang up soon, and finally my SH figure arts will not have to be sitting in a corner on a table like this. They'll finally have a bookcase to display. I don't know if it'll be able to fit all of them, but we'll find out. But yeah, I'm excited for that. If I can get the energy to get off my ass and build it and make a video about it. That's the thing. I have to want to do it, and then also like I gotta be in the mood to film a video too. I don't want to like waste this like amazing potential that like me build not even just for like TikTok, but just for me in the future. Look back on these memories of like this is when I got my bookcase for this, that kind of stuff.
It's very fun. I don't have that urge to build content out of everything that I do, but
I think that's wild. The main reason why like I have boxes and boxes of stuff that's unboxed, that's not boxed, that's not unboxed yet, because I'm like I'll make a video about that 10 years later. It's still in freaking boxes. I haven't gotten around to it. It's a problem.
I'm not wired that way either. So I like every now and again, I'm like, oh man, I should try to like make a YouTube short out of something. And I'm like, I don't know what the hell I'd make. So I'll leave it to Doug.
The dumb thing is too, is that when I finally make the video, I don't even show the part of me. Like I edit out the part of me, like physically opening it, like with the knife or whatever. So I'm like, why did I wait so long? I could have just opened it before, checked it out myself, and then made a video around it. Like, I don't know, man. I also don't know. I'm not even going to try and reason with it. That's just me, baby.
That's just living in Doug's brain. What a good time.
How about you, Randy?
I started playing Bayonetta Origins, a game that I bought like 2 years ago with like the Nintendo Switch voucher thing, so I could also get Tears of the Kingdom at a decent price. That voucher thing's going away, by the way, so that's a bummer. But yeah, it's totally different than the other Bayonetta games, and it's cute and it's charming and it's like a story, but it's just cute. So I'm making my way through that. Otherwise, if you're watching the video version of this podcast, maybe things look a little bit different, and that's because I snagged me that Elgato teleprompter.
Yeah.
So now I get to look straight into your souls at all times. Is it unnerving for you too? Is that weird? I mean, I could stop at any time.
We'll find out. But everything Randy says is scripted, so like word for word. So he's literally just reading off of it right now on the screen. Even his flubs, they're all scripted. It's a scripted flub. It's like, hey, I need one. Looks like.
I'm so jealous. I really want one of those. I know you got it at
decently priced.
Yeah, at a good discount, yeah. And even then, I don't know what my threshold would be for picking it up, but I think you still purchased way above it. But I am super jealous of you because I definitely want one of those.
It's interesting, and yeah, I paid more still than I also would have wanted to, but I was just like, oh, but that's such a good discount, and who knows when that's going to happen, and like, I have a bonus at the same time that this whole thing is going on, so I'm like, well, maybe I'll just go ahead and get it. And do I kind of regret it? Yes, but we'll see how it goes.
It's a really cool tech thing to have. I really was debating, like, should I get this? Do I need this? Like, I don't think I could utilize it as well as I could, even for that good of a price. Good of a deal. Let's just say it's like $100 or whatever off. So
right.
It was crazy, but yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see how this goes. If it's weird or like just, I don't know, the camera setup and everything is just bad. Like,
so far I like it. It looks more like you're talking to me. So I like it. It's more personal this way.
I've always tried to have that eye contact.
If people don't understand what Randy has done here is that he has put the Discord window with Doug and I in front of him in a little window, and then his camera is behind the window. The camera is not showing the Discord window. It's just showing Randy looking at Discord. So you are seeing like pure eye contact, which might be disconcerting on YouTube. Well, I mean, again, let us know in the comments.
No, I thought it would be, but I don't know. It fits. It's natural. I think it's because your body's not like straight on it too. You're kind of like tilted to the side. If you were like straight on, like just straight staring, then it'd be a little creepy. Yeah, like that. Yeah, with your top button unbuttoned too, like you're trying to seduce me.
Okay, all right. YouTube's changing their guidelines. We got to be careful.
Oh, okay, well, fine. So anyway, that's fun. We've got that Kakarot Daima DLC coming up. And
still making stuff for that game?
For Kakarot? Oh yeah, you bet, buddy. You know, we got this. Part 2 of that comes out early 2026, I guess. So, wow, strap in for a long haul. Oh boy.
I love Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, and so I'm looking forward to seeing how they can only improve Daima, and I'm excited. Already, I know that they are not using the word Namek; they're using Namekian, so we're already miles ahead in terms of localization. Let's go, baby!
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I think some people like it's already up or whatever. Because I mean, it's the 17th now in some places of the world, so it makes sense. But instead of playing that or enjoying the new HD upgrade on PC, finally, I'm here talking with my boys, so that's better. I think that's better. I probably enjoy this more. But look forward to the Kanzenshu episode where Ken and I will be on there talking about it. We already scheduled it, so I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good time.
If you're interested in hearing any of us relitigate the Dragon Ball Daima anime another time, I'm sure it'll come up.
Oh yeah, big time. And then the last thing I just wanted to bring up is that listener, fan, watcher, so on and so forth, Nerdy Norwegian started his own podcast, and I was a guest on there, and that should have been in your feed from last week, so you should go check it out because we talked about the Daima DLC, not the new one, but just all of the previous ones and ranked them. So it was a lot of fun. It was cool to sit down and chat with the man, the myth, the legend himself. So always good. So I think that's everything I got, guys. I know that we've got a lot of things to get through. I know that Ken sent a message last night of just like finished my notes and then just like an image of pushing the giant rock up the hill. Like this is
some heavy lifting here from the Ken side.
Oh yeah, because we are back at it again. The Dragon Ball Super manga review, Doug edition, Granolah the Survivor Part 5. And so yeah, it's the Dragon Ball Super manga, the same thing that was coming out during and after the anime was coming out, done by Toyotaro. And yeah, it's still going on. And Ken, as always, is going to give us his patented recap to catch you up on what has happened so far in the Dragon Ball Super manga.
Last time on Dragon Ball Super, after learning that it was Goku's father who saved him, Granolah allies himself with the Saiyans against the new antagonist, Gas. Granolah attempts to take the new strongest in the universe on, but the blue battler overwhelms everyone by unleashing his inner nature. Now awakened and on the other side of a massive power boost, is there anyone who can stop Gas?
No one can stop that gas coming out. It's gonna get you. Anyway, big picture, temperature check. Doug, this is your first time reading this material, so I want to hear what you had to say about this volume 19.
Upon a second reread of this, I read it twice in a row.
Just to get
really? Well, I need to, like, at this point, because I'm like, first reading, it's just kind of like, wait, what? It's a lot for me to get in, so that I want to, like, look back and like, oh, what did this line holds more weight now? After doing that, I definitely enjoyed these chapters a little more. Some things that Goku did I wouldn't do, but I'm not Goku. But he has some strong points here, and also Vegeta as well has some strong points. So it's a good. It leads up to something nice, which I really appreciated. It wasn't just random, except for that train fight. There was no reason for trains.
Yeah. So, Ken's smiling. He's being pretty wily over there. Ken, what were your thoughts? Oh yeah, maybe it could be that Ken loves trains.
First of all, the train thing's awesome. I can't help you if you don't like trains.
I will get into that later.
Doug, I'm glad to hear that, because I thought, again, that I was going to have to do a lot of heavy lifting here, pushing that rock, Sisyphus, right? pushing that rock up that mountain. Luckily, I don't have to do that here. I do think, man, this is a problematic volume at first glance, and it's a volume that requires you to take another look at it and really think about. Yeah, exactly. I think about what Toyotaro and Toriyama are trying to say here. We haven't really talked about this for a few episodes, but this is a story delivered by Toriyama, a draft from him that Toyotaro had to adapt. And there's a couple things in here I'd like to discuss, like who's responsible for what here. It's something that shakes things up a lot, and that's not necessarily out of place for Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball is known to retcon itself from time to time. And we're not talking like huge retcons, but we're just talking about certain things being seen through a different lens.
Yeah.
Listen, look and hear me out. I think this is a good volume, but it's not one that I think, this is like an acquired taste volume. Okay, this is not something that I would hand to any fan and be like, read this.
Right.
You're going to like it right away, especially with the English localization this time, the translation choices. A couple of them made. There's the one big one, and then there's, I think, another two or three that just maybe kind of like do a little twist on it. So we'll get into all that as we go. But Randy, what did you think?
So I liked it. Like, I was having a good time. Yeah, I can't explain it. Maybe I was just in a good headspace, but I was having a good time. It's not perfect and amazing. I'm not saying that it's anything like that, but I don't know. I just had a good time. I thought that there was some interesting fight choices in this. I wasn't upset to see more Bardock. Like, I was thinking, what are all of the chess pieces in play, and how's this going to work out for what we know now? What don't we know? I'm sitting there the whole time like, when is Manito going to go unconscious? Because he said he doesn't remember this. He's around for a lot of this. I don't know when that's going to happen. So I was edge of my seat for the whole time for that.
But there for the entire thing, wasn't he?
Except for the very end. So
blood loss, passed out just in time.
Just in time, so that way we could have some, narrative tension. But no, overall, I liked it, and I only read it the one time. Granted, I read it, years ago when it was first coming out, but I don't know. I'm excited to see how this goes, see what Ken has to say, if he thought that he needed to change my mind. Or maybe I'll think about it some more and hate it. Who knows?
Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I must have had all of my, rage, fan rage moments years ago that now I'm just like, my tank is empty. I don't got nothing for these.
I'm so surprised that I did the thing Ken said you should need to do is like reread it to like get a better context of it. And I'm still excited to see, because there's still some things I'm confused about. You like trying to read like lines over again. I'm like, what does that mean? I don't know, but hopefully Ken and Randy, you guys can maybe like put it more in perspective for me.
One of the possibly only good things about Twitter is that they have an advanced search. So I was actually able to go back in time and mine some commentary specifically from Herms and Ian, CypherDB, about to get some contemporary thoughts on the translation choices. Particularly, we're going to be talking about chapter 83 here. That's where we're going to spend a lot of our time talking. But are you guys ready to just go ahead and get into it?
I think so. I think we should just get into it with, Chapter 81, Goku's Conflict from February 2022. Ken, I know you've got tons of notes, so again, take it away.
Yeah, so right off the bat, Gas paralyzes Goku and Vegeta with some sort of spell. I mean, okay, if you're the strongest in the universe, you can do stuff that Jackie Chun was doing in the 21st Tenkaichi Budokai. All right, I'll believe it. Granolah jumps in to attack Elec. Gas breaks his arms and blasts out his eyes, which I like. One thing we haven't really talked about too much is that the post-Moro stuff in the manga is so bloody and so gruesome in ways that only the original manga would ever be. Like, people forget there's like dead body parts around Babidi's spaceship. Like, people cut in half and all sorts of stuff that just got cut out of the anime. And the Super Anime never had any of this kind of stuff. And so to get really dirty again in the manga is fun. Again, V-Jump, this was a kid's magazine.
See, I saw this whole thing and I'm like, what in the RoboCop is happening here? Like, it is very gruesome. Like, break his arms, shoot his eyes out, and then just like the gunshot through the back and his stomach exploding. I'm like, whoa, okay. Can we chill?
Yeah, when I
like,
saw
traumatize me.
The panel of like Gas like with two fingers, I'm like, oh, we don't get to see that many. We always get to see like a blast with one finger. Why is he doing two? Then it cuts to the next thing, and his eyes are just like, it's like, oh my god, his eyes.
Yeah.
And it's nice because he's not like this, where his fingers are together. His fingers are apart, which you never see like that. It's just boom, so he can hit.
It's like, it reminds me like the Vegeta move against Fat Boo, but not quite.
Yeah. Elec then shoots Granolah, being like, now you can die like your mother. Shoots straight through him.
Pretty intense scene. I would like to see that like animated, but yeah, it's like behind him, like, hey, now you're gonna die. But then the shot of the shot, it's kind of disappointing. I think because it's in color, I imagine this being a lot more. I don't know. Like, I think because the whole background in color is like a blue gradient, but if it was all white, like it would be in the original manga, it might be a little more better utilized of black and white. Yeah.
It's funny you say that because I thought the same thing. I was like, this really kind of looks. This needs to be more dynamic for a moment like this.
With color, it looks more pale. It's really weird.
Yeah. Hopefully, you guys remember back in the day when Naruto fan scans were coming out. So this is the day of like NarutoFan.com and all that stuff. That's hopefully a blast for the past for some people. Some people will be too young to remember those days, but people would go out and color the pages themselves. And make some really cool stuff with it. And I don't know if that's really gone away because people always know there's a full color version coming down the line, or if people still do that kind of thing, but someone should recolor that page for sure.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
Vegeta transfers his remaining energy to Goku, which I personally love to see a Vegeta like this, being like, okay, maybe it won't be me. Goku, you are Kakarot, you have to be the one to do this. And like he was also playing the assist role during Moro as well, and I love this more mature Vegeta.
Falls in line with his character, and just like, I'm not doing this like because I love you. I'm like, this is the more rational route to take for this battle. Like, here, take my energy.
Just like he had done the volume previous, where he got the Senzu and gave it to Granolah instead of him taking it for himself or something like that. Here's a quick question for you. So Goku is, paralyzed by this spell, and he's like, darn, my body won't move, and then he gets energy from Vegeta. Did Vegeta manage to break out sooner than him? Like, no,
he probably just enough to like lift his arm up to then throw energy at him, because then Goku is able to break out because he has more energy now, so it's got to be like an energy type thing, like spell. What a weird thing, like the energy can be broken with how strong you are. They must be really like beaten down to be frozen in the first place.
Yeah, this is the kind of thing where Caramel Mama would handle it, being by like a spell that can be broken by overwhelming it with strength or something like that. That's how Caramel Mama would describe it. You just describe it what's happening, and that's what you need to know about the technique. That's the Caramel Mama approach.
This could also play into the whole theme of this volume, where like it's like, no, don't give up. Like, why are you like passing on your energy to someone else? You're losing track of who you are.
So Goku does break out of the spell, Super Saiyan Blue right away, and he like swings his body at Gas. Oh, I love that panel where he's just like, his legs coming straight down towards him. Oh, yeah. Just no wasted movement, just going straight in. And they fight. Okay, there's trains going around. Doug doesn't like the trains. I like the trains. There's metal plates.
It just screams of like, let's fight on a train because it's cool. Like, and because in other stories, yes, it's cool, but it also serves a narrative purpose. Like in Spider-Man 2, when they're on the train, it serves a purpose because at the end, the train is in danger with all these civilians on it to crash, and so he has to stay back and protect the train. Even with Vegeta and 18, I thought about this. Even with Vegeta and 18, when they're like fighting on the highway, like jumping on cars and stuff, it's just show that both these characters don't give a flying F about civilians, and they're just like battling. Like this is like not a good guy versus bad guy thing. It's a bad guy versus bad guy type battle. Like there's narrative purposes to these things, and this one didn't have it at all. I was waiting for one. I was like, yes, cool train, but it didn't lead anywhere, and it was very disappointing for me, at least.
It's kind of funny.
I see your narrative purpose, Doug, and I raise you a meta-narrative purpose of it just being cool as hell. Toyotaro flexing.
Okay. All right. Well, if we're going that route, this whole series is freaking cool. I love every volume of this.
Goku does the thing where he stops and he's like, I've got no real reason to fight you. Can you just leave? I know you just killed Granolah, but can you just get out of here? Like,
it's just more like evolved Goku. Like, I'm not just Waku anymore. Like, this is an adult Goku type mentality.
Yeah, exactly. Because then we get into this moment where Gas is like, "What's wrong? Aren't you mad about what I just did?" And Goku's like, "Oh, I'm mad, but that messes with my special move."
Yeah, which is referring to Ultra Instinct, right? Just to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I'm not sure if I get too picky or something like that, but thinking about it, because now I'm starting to hate it. The, less Waku and more like, you don't have a reason. Let's just stop fighting. It's like that. I think that's been happening too often, because it happened in Broly. Like, he binds Broly and he's like, come on. This is just your dad and Frieza. You don't want to fight. Let's not do this anymore. And there's this whole thing going on. Like,
but then doesn't Goku want to fight as well? Or is it just because this is too much of a threat to the world that he's like, let's chill? Where this isn't I want to spar with you. I don't want to fight with you to the death. Is that maybe what Goku's angle is nowadays?
I think Goku knows that there's no real reason to fight here. With Frieza, there was a whole thing. He was menacing the galaxy, killed his people, killed all the Namekians. He needed to be stopped before he made it to Earth. Cell was immediate danger to Earth, so were the androids. Boo also an immediate. But then with Boo, he also did the thing with Boo where he's like, you're taking orders from that little wizard guy right there.
Yeah.
So I think this is still in line for Goku. Goku's willing to fight if there's a reason to, and if there's no talking the enemy. Like, he still fights here. He doesn't just stop it. He just, this is more mature Goku that knows fighting isn't necessarily always the answer.
Right. And that he's still down for a sparring thing, but he knows that that's not what the other opponent is going after. So hey, let's not fight like this, basically, is what he's kind of saying, I guess.
And so Goku and his philosophy is really central to his arc here in this story. Not to get ahead of ourselves here, but what Goku's been doing this arc is he has to find a new way to use Ultra Instinct. He needs to make it his own. We stated as much several volumes ago. It's brought up again here. So I'm going to highlight a lot of dialogue that I think is taking us on that journey. So Gas says to Goku, I see not even a hint of fire in your eyes. When it came to combat, your father's fierce resolve was like no other. I do not sense that from you. I hit my head when then Goku replies, I hit my head when I was little and lost all my memories up to that point, so I don't remember a thing about my dad or the other Saiyans. And then Gas says, so that explains it. You cannot comprehend who you really are then.
Yeah, which upon first reading, I'm like on Goku's side, like, that's our Goku. He's not a bumbling barbarian that wants to fight. But then after rereading it, and it's from the last chapter of this volume, it's like, oh no, Goku maybe lost his way, and that's why he's not really with his full. He doesn't have the Ultra Instinct mastered yet.
He doesn't have enough of a full realization of who he is.
Right.
Because what Whis was saying is hey, I'm an angel, so all of this Ultra Instinct stuff that I'm trying to teach you makes sense for me, but you need to find what makes sense for you. And if you don't even know truly who you are, then that's a problem for you. And so that's Goku's journey, and Gas is pointing this out. Gas sees Monaito trying to heal Granolah, goes after the healer, like Frieza and Dende. Always a smart move. You always go after the medic.
The healer.
You don't waste yourself with the man, it's been too long since I played TF2, but you don't mess with the heavy, you don't mess with the scout, you go after the medic, man, because the medic is a problem. Goku jumps on to Gas's back and teleports him out to Jaco.
Yay!
Amazing. So smart.
First time I've laughed in a long time reading this manga, like a genuine, like, ha, that's Jocko.
Now, this is the same planet. Eagle-eyed readers may know that this is where Cranberry was captured by Jocko in that one little like flashback 2-page bonus where we saw Cranberry's story. It's the exact same planet. Even that merchant is there. Jocko is drinking milk while he's shopping. It's the same thing.
Man, I just love Jocko. It's like, yeah, can I help in any way? I guess you can fix this light. Get out of here. All right, I'll do it.
Yeah, he's got little jet boosters. He can get up there.
Exactly.
He uses a ladder.
That brings us to the end of chapter 81. We are in territory where it's and then they fight. So we're going to be hitting stuff around that. I do think this is has a lot meatier content to talk about than the last volume did. So look forward to that. Chapter 82, Bardock versus Gas, but we don't get the chapter title reveal until 40 pages in.
Yeah, that was real. I thought I was like reading the wrong thing for a minute.
Yeah, same here. I was just like, so did I miss something here? Because I'm not seeing any title here, but just messing with me, I guess.
It's fantastic. I remember that too. And I think this was like a longer chapter or something. There was one of these chapters along the way that was a little bit longer than the others have been. But okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about teleportation here. Before we get into discussing it and breaking it apart, we're just going to track Goku's journey, okay? And where he teleports on his way to Whis. So it goes from Jocko to Calamus to the Universe 6 tournament announcer and singer, other Galactic Patrol, Monaka, the Galactic King at headquarters, the Galactic Prison, more Galactic Patrol, the Squid Family from Super Chapter 56.
What a callback.
Iriko, then Whis. And this to me, chef's kiss. Toyotaro being like, we have really expanded the Dragon Ball universe in this series. Let's celebrate that.
Let's celebrate it, show it.
Yeah, and he's only using super characters for this. We're not going to other places in space. And
which really shows you they've really been places.
Yeah. It's tying this whole, post 2015 continuity together and celebrating it, I think. It's really brilliant.
It does a way better job of it than GT does, like during the end with like the Genki Dama and getting energy from all the planets that they've been to. That's more like heavy-handed, like, obviously I'm asking for energy from everywhere, so we're going to show everywhere. This is more like Goku's just like happens to be traveling because these are the people he knows kind of deal. It's really cool.
Ah, man, you made me like it more because initially I was thinking, why, it could have been so cool if we had some Easter eggs. Like, let's just go to a GT planet. Not like remark on it, but we're just kind of like, as fans, you could be like, oh yeah, here's the one, Imeka or whatever it was. Like, that's fun. But having it be sort of a celebration of what we've all done in Dragon Ball Super. Oh, that's better. Okay, you talked me into it. All right.
There it goes again.
Yeah. If the Squid Family that Goku asked for directions from wasn't enough for you, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, so when Goku first introduced teleportation back in Dragon Ball, he described it as, you think of a person, not a place, then you find his key, so you can't go someplace where there isn't anyone you know. Which at the time seemed like the implication is you have to know the specific key signature of this person. Right?
Or at least be able to sense it.
Yeah. Of course, then this changes when he's going to go find Dende. He says to Piccolo, I'll just scout for key similar to yours. So now he can just scout for key. He can just like hone in on an area and find key signatures. And then when he is on Kaio's planet at that point, looking for the right direction, he says, I might be able to pick up their key if I at least knew which way to focus.
Direction, yeah.
Now, Goku, despite being present when Dende makes the wish to Purunga to send everyone to Earth, never actually meets Dende or really knows who that is. And we know this for a fact because Goku says nice to meet you to Dende when he meets him on New Namek.
That's true.
So it's just, if anyone was hung up on the fact, and we went through this whole diatribe just in case someone's hung up on the fact that did Goku know Calamus? Did he ever really meet him? Did he ever meet like these random Galactic Patrol members he's going out to? And it's like, no, he's scouting for their key. And you also have to think this is like a decade after Cell. So Goku's much more experienced with it. And
He's much more dialed in.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Also,
yeah, that's good.
I can't not think about Goku's second North American English voice actor whenever you bring up that person.
Calamus.
Peter Calamus. So can't get it out of my head.
But it is interesting how that Goku like baits gas like initially. That's like your television isn't near as good as mine. I dare you to keep up, and then he does.
And it's been a running thing because 2 different occasions now we've had characters look at both Gas and Granolah being like, they don't know how to do this like Goku does. And Goku just like taking it, like shaking his hands off, being like, let me show you guys what I'm made of. Okay.
It's so good because there is that training aspect of like, we've been with Goku these many years and he's been honing this craft of not just like, just a lot of stuff experience wise.
And in the Moro arc, following Vegeta to go to Yardrat and learning it, that it's not just something that you can just pick up and just do. Like, it takes a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a complicated move. And sure, Goku could just say that, but then we actually get to see, like you said, with Vegeta, like, yeah, it is he barely can do it one time.
Yeah, and he's, his peer for something like this.
And I think this adds context to why Vegeta didn't want to like try to learn it, because no matter what, he's always going to be 15 years behind Goku on it. And Goku
true.
can use it at this level. So let me learn the other thing, Spirit Fission, which I'll never use again.
Yeah, but at least Goku doesn't know how to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
What is the teleportation that Gas uses? Is it the same move, or what is it?
Yeah, it's the same move. He just can't,
because he's the strongest.
Yeah,
right. He just can't use it like Goku can. He doesn't have that inherent knowledge.
Gotcha.
Monaka poop truck, guys. He's loading poop.
So good. I love that. And then, Goku bringing up, let's take a break. You could go in the river, clean off, because you're going to stink pretty bad. And then, like, just attacking him. So then, of course, they teleport to a bath. So
yeah. Not just anyone's bath.
Yeah, exactly. But Galactic Patrol King or whatever the heck he was.
It's so funny and disrespectful of Goku to just like pop in on him like that.
And this whole time, Vegeta is reading where Goku's going and knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Just Vegeta has energy sense like that. Gas doesn't even have the ability to do that yet. Gas has to be pointed in the direction of Cereal. And so he goes after them. But Vegeta probably could have at any point been like, okay, I can tell where Goku is, and let me just go in this direction and go after him.
Before Vegeta showed up, and before I had gotten what the theme of this whole volume was, I was very like hoping, as Goku's teleporting, like he has some kind of plan. I'm hoping he does. Does having a plan, but I was hoping more being like more spectacular, which I don't wish anymore. But at the time of reading it, first time, I'm like, what if Goku's teleporting around while Vegeta's on the planet, like charging up like a huge final flash, and then Goku teleports back to the planet and then tricks Gas into being right in front of it, so like getting like a huge blast on him, something like that. Stupid now, but that like at that time of reading, I'm like, I want some kind of teamwork of them to work out like that. But
we get the teamwork, but at this point, Goku didn't know that Gas was going to be making it back. He didn't know that Whis was going to point him back in that direction. Because Whis is neutral, so.
I didn't think he was going like away, because we didn't know that plan yet until the plan manifested before Vegeta like is on panel like talking and saying, "Oh, what's happening?" I was just hoping that we'd come back to him on that planet, and they had already like planned something before Goku teleported away.
We get this great stuff at the Galactic Prison where Saganbo's army is there, and we learn that Saganbo and his crew met the Hidas, and that Gas peed his pants. And there's this whole great moment. I remember at the time loving this chapter so much and thinking this chapter in particular was like the best of the Granolah arc so far, because the humor in it was ramped up to such a perfect level of what I remember Dragon Ball being like.
Mm.
And then also
100%.
Doing more of tying that universe together as well. Of these are Moro crew guys who, yes, we saw them early in this arc, but it makes it more of like connects this to Moro, and I love Moro. So
yeah. Well, just universe building in itself. It's not like, okay, we're done with the Frieza arc. Nothing. We're never gonna see anything from them again, kind of thing. No, it's like we see these characters and places again.
Yeah, and that's why Toyotaro is truly the GOAT, because he isn't afraid to live back in his universe. Do you guys know that like how many times Raditz is mentioned in this arc, and they don't mention him once in Dragon Ball Z after he's gone? And well, I mean, and the Cybermen, but yeah.
That's also part of Goku's manipulation too, isn't it? We're just like, hey, watch out for your brother, because my brother stabbed me in the back or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's like we as a reader are like, Goku, that's different, but we see Goku's like manipulating this guy, or trying to at least.
Yeah, and I thought about Goku's line, and I almost thought about going to look at the Japanese on this, and then I'm like, no, Goku's technically correct here, where he says, my own brother almost killed me a while back, and it's like, well, your own brother did lead to you having to die, but I guess he didn't kill you.
Right. No, Goku definitely sees that as a Piccolo win.
Yeah. He let him take the dub on that. Oil and Maki are like, well, okay, well then I guess we'll go kill Monaito, Granolah, and presumably Vegeta in his current state.
Yeah, it's like we forget, these guys will fight too.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll talk about that next volume, about some stuff where we think certain things are going or should have gone. Whis is just chilling and eating with dinosaurs. He's having a nice little dessert, going on a dinosaur safari.
Yeah.
Can you blame him?
Is it another place that Toriyama visited in real life and then got a tour guide?
Goku teleports back by hitting all the planets that he used to get to Whis, and he stops Oil and Maki from doing anything. Cool, just classic Goku menacing stare pose after arriving the hero shot. The Oracle Fish is with Whis, and is like confused about gas. And
see, that confused me, but I kept looking back on it. Unless there's something else in the future that happens with that you guys know of, I zoomed in on each panel, like, come on, what the heck is Whis confused about with the Oracle Fish? Maybe it's just simple as the Oracle Fish ate the dessert, all of it, and now Whis is like, where'd my ice cream I was talking about? Just a planet to go. And because you see Oracle Fish with a spoon in his mouth that Whis had before. So I think that's it.
Well, isn't it part of the beginning of this whole story arc where, like, while the Oracle Fish is sleeping, has that dream of like, the universe's strongest fighter is about to awaken, and it's like, okay, well, then it's not him then. If the Oracle Fish is like, who?
You don't know how far I zoomed in and like, where does the is that ice cream? Where the heck is the ice cream right now? trying to like tail it around. It's nowhere to be seen. But then the Oracle Fish has the spoon at the end.
But we do get Robo Mode Oatmeal. Just
yeah.
Oh, that's right. Forgot the character's name was Oatmeal. I was like, wait, what?
He's like, actually, I'm more like Giru.
Yeah.
Vegeta looking like, get in, bitch, we're going to go shopping, but except for he's almost passed out.
Maki asks about unleashing her inner nature again. They can do it.
Exactly.
Yeah, just take off that necklace or whatever in there.
What? We got any fan art of inner nature, Maki? Send it to wegotapodcast@gmail.com.
Well, don't spoil it for me. That means they're not going to do it in the future? Not that matters.
I just said there might be. Let me see some fan art. That's all.
Okay.
Whis planted a comms device on Goku, presumably on the dinosaur planet. I don't know.
Yeah.
Figured Goku would have found it by now if it had been on there earlier. And then he warns that gas is hurtling back at top speed, 20 minutes away.
This is why that's the one thing that immediately irked me. I'm like, why did Goku could have went anywhere else and dropped them off anywhere, but with Whis literally tells Gas what direction to go into. If he dropped him anywhere else, he would have no guide to tell him where to go. It'd probably take more than 20 minutes for him to get back. You know what I mean?
I think this is Goku overstepping his understanding of his relationship with the gods, thinking that they are not neutral actors.
Maybe.
And but he says specifically he dropped him off with Whis so that Gas would behave.
Right, but then Whis didn't do anything.
Gas doesn't really care. Yeah, I even went in the Japanese and I'm like, is Gas like speaking in a more polite tone around Whis? And he's not. So Gas just literally doesn't care.
Gas and Whis don't care.
The purpose of that, Doug, is to keep narrative tension. So you're not just like, oh, well, then now nothing matters because like Gas will just get back whenever, or Goku and Vegeta can now have infinite time to figure all this stuff out.
Well, they could have simply explained it. Like if he was like with Jocko, just be like, I can sense this direction and then go. But then dropping him off at Whis makes Goku look like an idiot that he dropped him off at a place where someone can tell him where to go.
So, all right, alert, Goku development dialogue here. Goku says, I just can't keep my heart calm the way you do, Whis. And then Whis says, as an angel, I'm fundamentally different life form than you. It's up to you to discover your own unique version of Ultra Instinct. Listen to the voice within you. Deep down, what are you really? Again, tying back into what Gas was talking about. You don't even know what you are.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Deep.
I'm excited to see where this goes.
Minato's like, "Hey, son of Bardock,
check this out." Vegeta puts it on, which is like, it's cool to see Vegeta put a scouter back on.
Yes, thinking the same thing.
He says it's broken. There's evidence of saved audio data, a recording of the fight against Gas, which I don't know. Did you ever really need to make it broken? Was it so that Monito couldn't have heard it and it had to be oatmeal to fix it? I guess.
Maybe.
Or Monito would have started wearing a scouter at all times to like look to see if the Hitas were coming or something.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. They fix it and they hear you two have to stay alive. And then Goku has like a spinal shock. And
yeah. I was like, wait, what's happening? Is he transforming? What's happening?
I mean, it's his first time hearing his dad's voice since he was a wee lad. So it's like, I don't know. You know, when you
same,
just
same for me 20 years later, but I didn't have a spinal.
I don't know. I'm really torn on this. On one hand, I'd rather just Goku not know about Bardock. Like,
right.
It shouldn't be important. It's not important to him as a character. He doesn't need to know. Like, Bardock's not that important. And
not at all.
But we do live in a post-minus world where Bardock is very important.
Yeah.
I guess I should say post Dragon Ball Online, right? That was really the beginning of the end when he was the Masked Saiyan and that. And then ever since then, it's been an episode of Bardock and Dragon Ball Minus and Broly and now this. So,
but yeah, the panel shot with like Goku looking electrified. The next panel is like the flashback of like Bardock doing like an electrified attack. So maybe it's just like visually, not an actual literal thing, but obviously not literal, yes. but like. It's to segue nicely, not to insinuate that Goku is like doing something. You know what I mean?
No, it's just to express the shock of him
it's
suddenly
extreme,
remembering.
Though. It's a very extreme looking thing.
So we flash back to Bardock versus Gas, and Gas says to Bardock that he's a powerful fighter. We believed only the low-class grunts were sent to this planet. Perhaps we were wrong. Is Bardock ever presented as being particularly strong against other Saiyans other than the fact that he led his own team?
No. He was still considered low class, wasn't he?
Yeah, because I mean, I'm trying to remember for whatever reason in my brain, there's some guidebook or I don't know, some point where there's some information of like, oh, Bardock, his strength is like, you know, battle power of 10,000 or something. It's like, okay, well, that is significantly weaker than like Vegeta is as an adult. So, and he's an elite, and his was like, you know, whatever, 24,000 against Goku. So it's like, well, it is less, and also he couldn't beat Dodoria. So, you know, just kind of putting him in.
He was a brilliant scientist, so there's that.
Yeah, he was a Dragon Clan member of the Saiyan race.
Yeah, I do like this one strike he does against Gas. It's like the first thing in this flashback. I don't know if the paneling is the same as in the manga as like the framing is in the anime, but like that strike to his face is the exact same angle as Goku versus Vegeta on Earth when he, you know, gets his Kaioken and then just the smack in the face.
And the Pioneer dub was like the saber-tooth tiger sound effect.
Yeah.
Bardock versus Gas Part 2, April 2022. Gas said, we're letting Bardock know too much. Gas says to Bardock, I should mention you could flee right now, but the Saiyans aren't fated to last much longer anyway. Okay.
I thought that too. I was kind of peeved off at like, okay, we're just telling, but it is a character that is in the inner circle of like that kind of happenings. I was thinking like, oh, this is the worst, biggest kept secret in the entire. Everyone freaking knows about the Saiyan planet about to be destroyed. But no, they are part of that inner tight circle. You could say,
right? And he's a kid. You know, you could do something like, you know, saying that just like tease and goad your opponent until like you get into their head. Or
and it is something that's going to be happening soon too, isn't it? Like it
3 years.
Very much happens. Oh, 3 years later from this?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
But
what the heck?
We get Gas saying it, and then we have Elec saying it, and then so that spaces it out enough that maybe it starts to just kind of like fester in Bardock's mind, because in Minus, Bardock is already super suspicious.
Yeah, and
so
no one else is.
This is, to me, this feels like a Toyotaro move of being like, I need to explain away one of the like kind of weirder things about Minus.
Wow. Yeah, that does it, though, doesn't it? Dang.
This doesn't feel like to me like something Toriyama is concerned with, but this feels like a Toyotaro move.
Yeah, and having it be 3 years out, right after this fight, he could be like, "Oh, he said that something's gonna happen," and then like a week goes by, and a month goes by, and a year goes by. It's like
Bardock is the guy with like red strings attached to things, like he's gonna do something, and then when proof is actually there, he's like, "Oh."
I'm just saying that enough time passes where he's like, he was probably just messing with me. That was just whatever. But then it turns out 3 years later, now that he's forgotten and moved on, oops, that is true. And be like, wasn't there a thing I was thinking about 3 years ago? Now I'm starting to kind of feel this is weird for him to call all of us back. But,
right.
Just rationalizing in my own head.
I think that was the intent for Toyotaro. So I think your rationalization is true.
Yeah.
Monaito can't
smart.
use or shouldn't use the Dragon Balls for himself, but he can use them to help someone else from another planet. He specifies for some reason. I don't know.
There's the loophole.
Sure. Bardock is surprised again by someone who can adjust their power levels. Okay. Telling me that Bardock can't, right? Because this is something like Vegeta was also surprised by when like Piccolo and Kuririn were using it. Like, oh, these people know how to manipulate their power levels. This isn't something that just everyone can do. I don't think we ever see like Vegeta do it before a certain point. So this is an abnormal thing that Bardock can't do. Right? What is that your guys' read on the situation?
I mean, yeah. Because because I think, like you said, Vegeta and Nappa both comment on that, like, oh, something like Earthlings must be able to do, because like that's not a thing. It's a rare something or other. I think they attribute it to them and like their species or whatever, but it's like, no, if you just think about it, you can kind of figure it out. The only time they like, control their power is when like they get angry, and then they just kind of go all out. So it's not really like you can't lower it. And
all this to say, in a little bit, Bardock is not powering up. Something else is going on.
Yeah. Oh yeah, true.
So Monaito wishes to transport Bardock away, and hey, guess what? Toranbo checks in for that consent. This is Doug, as you said, a consensual dragon.
Yeah.
So
yeah, very much so.
It's just maybe there's more than meets the eye with this guy. Bardock's like, I'm not leaving. I'm staying here and finishing this fight. Monaito pleads with Bardock. Okay. Monaito is like a fanboy, I think, of Bardock and the Saiyans. But specifically just because of Bardock. Uh-huh. And so there are some things that are said here in this chapter and in the next chapter that just seem really off. And I think Monaito is a combination of just being like a stan and being kind of dumb and just really bad at everything he does.
I mean, he's just a fighter. He's not a dragon. He's not was it the healer type?
Yeah, like Neva only played dumb. I think Monaito actually is. And that's a problem.
And that's okay. No, it's okay.
Monaito said, I've got no doubt that the kindness in your heart is going to save someone else someday. And Bardock's just like, shut up. I'm fighting it. Like, whatever.
Well, I mean, through Monaito's eyes, it is this like character that came out of nowhere and is kind of like protecting them. So what you would think, like if you think of Superman, you would think all of his race of Supermen are like that, like they're good and righteous. So it's like, yeah, no, you have something in you.
Come on, Bardock, let me do something for you. You're one of the good ones.
Yeah, whoa.
Don't like that.
All right, so Bardock brushes him off, but as for a wish that Monaito could make for him, ... Viz translates this as, I'd wish that my sons end up thriving.
Woof. Oof.
Okay. So the Japanese is Ore no musuko tachi ga suku suku to sodachimasu yoni. Totemo negato ite kure. Sorry if I got any of that pronunciation wrong, but the literal translation of this is, for my sons to grow up healthy, that's my wish.
Totally a dad thing to say too. Okay, that it's a lot more like just any dad could think that. And also the way that whole panel reads is very much like Bardock doesn't know that there's a wish-granting dragon out there. It's just like, well, what do you wish? I'm like, what a good health and a clean slate kind of thing. Like, so yeah, he says that for his sons, and it's a very natural thing to say. Thriving sounds really weird.
Yeah, thrive is the wrong word.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially because one
since-
dies
Yeah, say Raditz eats it in his 20s, so like that's not really
at the hands of one of those thriving sons.
Yeah. Well, one of them thrived more than the other, which means the other one
Right.
has to no longer be alive.
This is one of those translations that literally everyone jumped on. And it's just like, oh, Caleb, come on. Caleb, why you do Caleb? And
There had to have been a different. What were the other options?
so Herms kind of jumped into this at the time. And I like I said, I pulled from what Herms said and what Ian said at the time. And Herms's take on it is, Bardock is wishing for his sons to grow up to be big, strong men, not, I wish that nothing bad will ever happen to my sons at any point in their whole entire lives ever. And a lot of people seem to be using thriving to mean permanent protection from all badness. Ian says, I think, an incredibly salient thing here. Hard to predict what implications fans are likely to read into and run away with sometimes, unless exhausting years of dealing with it have left you really eagle-eyed for it. Which this is why you let Julian translate Dragon Ball. The man wants to do it, let him do it. So yeah, it's a bad choice, Thrive.
Yeah. I do like the Japanese little translation just because the fact that Raditz alone dies adds a lot to that. I mean, that doesn't mean growing up healthy doesn't mean like you're going to prosper forever, be immortal. It's like just proven with Raditz. He's freaking dead, but he had the chance to grow up healthy. Like, he had that chance.
Right, yeah. He reached full adulthood. He grew up big and healthy.
Yeah.
And he's there on Earth. What's he doing? He's eating some fruit, He's being healthy. He's got a healthy mindset.
Let me ask you guys, Toriyama or Toyotaro?
Oh, for who wrote that?
Yeah.
I'm putting Toriyama.
Yeah, I would feel that Toyotaro would, I don't know, have something else that's, I don't know, very specific and like ties into something, but this is just kind of a general thing. Do we know, does Toyotaro have kids or?
No, I don't think so.
So, that makes more sense for a Toriyama thing because we know he has children. So like, okay, what is a dad thing? That you'd be like a flippant, like if you had to wish for something like, I don't know, my kids to not suck. That would be great.
That's basically what he's saying.
I agree that this is probably Toriyama, but from a different angle of Toyotaro wouldn't touch this. And I think for Toriyama, he's already kind of gone back and made Goku's origins more special. Toriyama's not afraid to do that, and Toriyama is also likewise not afraid to say that the reason Bardock's two sons survived the destruction of planet Vegeta is in part because of this wish. That's a Toriyama move, not a Toyotaro one.
Yeah.
And I think that the Toyotaro of this is having Vegeta comment and kind of be like, ugh. So
of course it was your dad.
This is all because of this wish your dad made, huh? That sucks. And that's a Toyotaroism, I think, to kind of jump in and diffuse
commenting
the
on a Toriyama
a
thing.
Bit. Yeah,
that's hilarious.
Yeah. So Oil wishes on the Dragon Balls as they're flying away, thinking they're shooting stars. That's
Cute.
A good gag.
I don't know why it's taken me 30 some years, of the 40 years the series has been out. I never put the two and two together that, of course it looks like a shooting star where you make wishes on when they disperse. Did anyone else not have the revelation? There's just me that.
No, that was the same for me.
I made a freaking AMV where the thing was about shooting stars, and I never put that together at all.
I never saw a shooting star in real life until last year, so it's not something I would ever be thinking about.
Okay, I guess. But yeah. I feel dumb for not seeing that.
So Gas rips off Bardock's tail, which you might think is a problem for an adult Saiyan.
I was looking for a panel where like Bardock maybe like loses balance for like a second, but he regains it, but no, nothing.
So luckily, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, the game we always keep coming back to for lore, is here to save us. So in two different instances in that game, they comment on a Saiyan tail regrowing. And in the Z encyclopedia portion of it, if you go into like the story chapters, and then there's often like a button, it's hidden away. You don't necessarily know it's there, but you can hit it and it'll bring up additional notes about the story. And it will say that a Saiyan's tail has an 8% chance of growing back, but it seems it will not grow back if the Saiyan's power exceeds that of the Great Ape transformation itself. And then in a part later in the story, Gohan has a fight with Vegeta and then comments, maybe there's no need for a tail if you're stronger than a great ape. So after a certain point, if you are strong enough, then that 8% is 0%. So Bardock gets lucky and gets his tail back in that 8%.
Oh.
Here's the thing, though. It's the only thing that I know of is a great ape transformation is always a multiplier. It's not like this is a set point that a great ape is, because it's a tenfold increase. So like it'll always be stronger than what your base.
That's what it said
is.
in the Daizenshu EX.
Okay. I think it's what they're trying to say is that, like, Boo Arc Vegeta, would he really get anything out of becoming a great ape? Or would the large size actually just hinder his ability? And so I think that's what they're kind of saying here is that...
Like 10 times wouldn't be... 10 times would still be amazing.
10 times, but you're slower, less agile. So is that actually worse? Like your Saiyan biology... It would only be a detriment to become an Ozaru, and so your body just knows that, doesn't grow the tail.
Like
back.
try to compare it to training with weighted clothing. Like they stopped doing that after a while because it wasn't helping them at all anymore.
But then you think about old Kaioshin and him being like, "Oh no, the secret to your power is actually getting your tail back. You'll actually be stronger now if you get that in GT." So
that's in the GT.
That's the key word.
That's the GT encyclopedia. That's separate. That's cordoned off.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying here.
Monaito jumps in the way of Gas's spear. More proof that he's from the warrior clan?
Yes. Oh my God, you're right.
I don't know.
So fast.
He's not afraid to take one for the team.
Gas goes Hulk mode, inner nature mode. I saw something on when I was doing some cursory research for this. Apparently there's something from Toyotaro that actually names this form.
Oh, really?
Oh.
But I don't know.
Garlic Jr. form?
The Gas again, really like trying to dive into what his opponent is thinking. He's very concerned with this, just like he was concerned with Goku, but that was in the future. And after this, he says, "Is this atonement as you face death? Are you atoning for the sins of all Saiyans by protecting this child? Revenge, then? Giving into your rage of us killing the Namekian and Cerealian woman?" So he's just very concerned with that. And Bardock says no. So what is Bardock doing here if he's not powering up? Is he going victory mode?
Victory mode. He's unlocked Ultra Instinct. He knows who he is.
Oh.
Which is great because he literally says no to everything that was said about Goku and Vegeta prior. Like Vegeta's whole thing was like, I'm atoning for the sins of the Saiyans. And then Goku is like, what was the Goku one? The rage one, right? I'm not doing it for revenge. So like Bardock is literally teaching Goku and Vegeta in this moment. Like that's not who you are. Let me show you what it's about.
I sat and tried to ponder this when I was reading this the other night, being like, yeah, what is happening here? And what is he trying to communicate? I still don't entirely understand because it's just this whole, he says, isn't it obvious by now in a life and death battle, what sort of idiot would think about anything else besides victory? I fight when there's an enemy I want to beat down, nothing more to it. And isn't that kind of just like what Goku has always been about before, of just like, oh, I just want to, fight strong people, so I want to beat them.
But in their maturity, they've lost their way of what makes a Saiyan or Saiyan pride. You know what I mean? Like, yes, Randy, that is what it is, but they become soft.
And the only time
that's my take on it. I'm waiting for Ken to show me the real take.
I don't think that's a wrong take per se, because I think the only time Goku has ever explicitly been about the Saiyan pride thing was when he buries Vegeta and then goes to fight Frieza. So that's never been on his radar. And so I think a lot of this is Bardock just recentering Goku and Vegeta, who have been just training on their techniques lately, and now he's saying, like, here's the piece you're missing to, like, nail down your technique. But this is almost explicitly described as a form that Bardock is in, because Gas says, you Saiyans have no ascended state besides the great ape. And the terminology here for ascended state that's being used is kakusei, or awakening. So it's like you don't have any other transformations than great ape.
Right.
But
that's what I heard of that.
So
just like,
Bardock is in one right now.
He's not. He's not in a. What do you mean? He's like in a state of mind that makes him stronger, just like what Ultra Instinct is, isn't it? That's the read.
I think it's Gas trying to, use logic and try to figure out what this is. Like, okay, you weren't strong before, so then you are now, which only happens like when you undergo a transformation like I just did. So like, then you have to be in something but nothing exists, even though we know as the audience that, yeah, Super Saiyan exists, but he doesn't know about that.
Ultra Instinct, it never was like, if you looked at it, if you read power level of the Ultra Instinct, it wouldn't be like any higher. It's just you in better control of your own body that makes you a better combatant.
Yes and no, because he's in transformed states when he uses Ultra Instinct.
He chooses to do that, but Bardock is just in Ultra Instinct. Anyone can achieve Ultra. Even humans can do Ultra Instinct.
No, he's not. I don't think he's in Ultra Instinct. I mean, that's what I thought at the time, is that they were trying to draw a parallel between.
The hair is super.
Yeah, it's
UI sign Goku.
When I say this is a problematic volume, this is really what I'm talking about. Is what is Bardock doing here? Is he transformed? Like, obviously not a Super Saiyan, right? But is there some sort of more akin to the pseudo Super Saiyan level that he's triggered here?
I'm now just at a point where I'm thinking it's just a visual representation of his personal resolve and focus. Where it's I'm not leaving this until I've won.
It's the Saiyan Pride boost.
Yeah, it has to be some sort of boost because we know he can't power up, and he was getting his ass handed to him. And then now that's why I'm like, is this like, you have to just please call this something. Let me know it's called victory mode or something. No, because I need to know.
Even earlier, Bardock is like, we can't, what is it? We can't like power up. We can't like hide our power levels or whatever. Because he marks on someone else being able to, or was that someone, I forget. But
he remarks on both Monaito and Gas being able to power up.
Yeah. So it's not something that he's unlocking or like transforming or like hiding power. I don't know.
We need a scout.
What did the world decide on in the past 2 years that this was out?
Yeah, because the last thing that Bardock says before he's just like, I'm going to end this and does his, giant blast is, we Saiyans have a way of growing and evolving every time we push past our limits. Limit breaker, Bardock. Like, even though I know that that's like a Super Saiyan 4 thing in other media. But just like, yeah, what did people have to say about this?
Bardock's just that guy, man.
He's built different.
I don't know exactly.
I mean, he beat Gas, which is supposed to be like a bajillion times stronger than him too. So like, whatever this is,
it's more to me than he just like focused himself. It's focusing himself triggered something, and he became stronger.
I don't just the same way a ray gun can penetrate Super Saiyan Blue Goku in Resurrection F. I think like everyone's body is malleable to whatever, and it's just Bardock is just in tune with himself. He knows who he is so much so it's not a power boost. He just knows how to punch better, just like in the best movie 6. He just punch better.
He wanted to win more than Gas did, so that's why he wins.
Well, we won't dwell too much more on it because we're not getting an answer about this anytime soon. Surely not Aegis Arc. So then Gas is defeated. Elect comes down to collect him, and then again to Bardock. Your kind doesn't even know what Frieza is really planning, right? Don't be surprised if a meteor drops on your head.
That was a little too much.
He shoots Bardock, misses, and then just like fires into the forest
like keeps shooting down there.
Yeah, I don't like all this stuff being said about Bardock, but then you have to also consider that this is 3 years before the destruction of Planet Vegeta. So maybe it's something Bardock was paranoid about for like a month, and then it just faded away until, like Randy said, all the Saiyans are called in, and it's like, uh-oh. And when I read it that way, I'm more okay with it.
Okay.
So yeah.
Same. Where does the Katassian come in and hit him in the back of the neck and give him the future powers?
Well, in the year 737, no. Monaito collects Bardock, and the chapter's end. We're done with flashbacks, so they're over.
Forever.
For now.
Forever. No. Chapter 84. May 2022, which I think was around the same time we were getting like a superhero trailer or something. So just to kind of put where you're at. This one was like the first actual trailer.
It was Beast Bardock.
Something. I don't know.
I think it was already out in Japan at that point because it was here August 2022. So maybe in April or May, somewhere around there. Yeah.
When we're finally ripped out of the flashback and back to Goku and Vegeta. I'm like, where are we? Well, what? Oh yeah, we're still within the 20-minute window of gas on the way. Like what?
So Goku remembers Bardock returning home and his parents collecting him in Minus/Broly. But did you guys catch that this is explicitly minus Bardock and not Broly Bardock? Because his battle jacket's damaged.
Oh. I did only just because I made an A and B and I I used that scene and like was on that scene for a minute. I was like, yeah, that's definitely the straight up rip from the manga from Minus.
Yeah.
But I didn't notice the armor.
Just a quick self-correction. Superhero was out in Japan in June 2022. So this is just days before, because this is always like the 20th, and that movie was out on like I just looked at it, the 11th. So
almost. We're tasting it.
Yeah.
Now, as far as Dragon Ball Super Broly is concerned, remember we said that they kind of wash away the sins of Bardock by not showing him like go and kill that planet that Minus shows, which is when Bardock has the damaged armor. So Toyotaro is adapting Minus, kind of just ignoring the Broly movie, right. At least as far as the armor is concerned. So remember, when we talk about who Bardock is as a character, this is Killer Bardock. This isn't like, I'm going to save my beautiful son, Kakarot, and send him to another planet. It's not that character. That. Yeah, that's my Bardock voice.
I have a complaint, and that is you were wrong, because this is a sort of flashback because we're changing the background colors and everything. But when we have that panel transitioning of adult Goku to like his memories when he was little, he's got chunky Dragon Ball arms, and then after that, the next page, he's got the thin little, Jocko era arms, and I don't like that. Go back, keep how it was.
It's the baby fat.
When he's fat,
fading away over 3 years.
Dumb.
I don't know, man. It's science biology. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
The Goku says to Vegeta, I finally feel like I understand what SAIYAN Pride is about. I haven't had total faith in my power. So the way Goku's interpreting this is that, yeah, he needs to refocus and have faith in himself, and that then, because he spent so much time worried about, am I doing Ultra Instinct right? And it's like, no, I just need to do it and see how it goes. But I don't know what that has to do with SAIYAN Pride.
We're trying to make connections and stuff, but he's hasn't had total faith in his power. Bardock, super focused, so he had faith. Like, yeah, man, this is going to be it.
So Doug just had a power outage, and we were out for about 7 minutes. We don't remember where we were, so we're just going to jump back into this here.
God, it's just raining outside.
I know, it's not your fault. Vegeta says, my burden is not the sins of all Saiyans, but our people's pride. Your people are murderers and killers and rampagers and pillagers. Yeah.
Well, that's what I think he means, is that it's not, the real Saiyan Pride is not to worry about that kind of stuff. That's who I am inside, and I have to accept that. I'm the bad guy. Like Wreck-It Ralph. I'm bad, and that's okay.
Yeah, or Jesse Pinkman. I'm the bad guy.
But that's his burden, though. His burden is his people's pride.
Yeah, because this whole arc, he's been obsessed with what his people have done. And
right.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a thing you should ignore. Yeah. But then to also then flip it and be like, instead I'll be prideful of my people who have done these terrible things. It's just a tricky thing to work around.
It is, yeah. Maybe the pride in how they lived? No, they lived by killing. That is tricky. I don't know.
Yeah. We do get this great line, though, just to jump back over to the thriving thing. Vegeta says, and to think that you and Raditz survived when you were young just because of a wish on the Dragon Balls. So this is jumping back into the idea of, like, this was when they were young. This was something that influenced them at a young age so that they could grow up big and strong.
Right.
Yeah, that's why Goku didn't get shot down by Kula's ship. Is because of this wish that was made.
I was going to say, like, what did the wish do for them, like, specifically? Like,
and tainted Vegeta and Nappa's mind to not be like, well, what if we just killed this dude? Screw this guy. He's a little wiener. And they'd be like, we'll take him with. Why not?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, in my mind, in my mind, it's just enough for Raditz to have been able to come up with Vegeta and Nappa and be safe there, and enough for Goku to have been sent to because this is the minus version. Bardock explicitly sends Goku to Earth to have been raised by Grandpa Gohan. And
I don't think we should limit it to that. Like maybe it also protected him. Not also, but the Bardock thing was going to happen regardless of a wish. But it's something during the Dragon Ball arc that we see him go through that he got by.
Yeah, the Choshinsui.
No.
What?
Being found by Gohan. That could be it, you know? Like, he could have been found by anybody who would not have given a crap, but there's this guy who's like, let me take care of this lost child.
Dude, I like that, because Bardock's already had in his head that Frieza was going to destroy the planet thanks to Gas and Elec and everything, so, like, that he was going to send his son off anyway, but it's Grandpa Gohan finding him that I think is the part of the wish. That'd be so poetic, too. I love that, actually.
Yeah, so I'm okay with it as, like, you start and finish it there, and, like, that's kind of precious. And then, like, is this why he survived against King Piccolo? Like, unless maybe...
No.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, let's cut it before that goes. So Vegeta says, wishing for you to thrive and all. And again, thrive is not what Vegeta is saying here. Vegeta is using that same suku to sodachimasu. He's using that same grow up big and strong.
Yeah,
but look, we've only got so big of speech bubbles here. We gotta condense.
Thriving is a good word. It's not good for this scenario, but it's a good word.
It gets you 85% of the way there. And I think, you know what? I just wanted to be explicit. Caleb Cook, we appreciate everything you do, and you do such a good job.
Absolutely.
I think the biggest problem with this specifically is that a wish was being made. And so wishes are all about technicalities, man. You got to watch out for those genies. They'll get you.
True.
And for this wish to be left, even in Japanese, it's still an open-ended wish. And for it to have been left wider open in the English version is unfortunate. What's more unfortunate is Monaito following up on all this pride speak by saying, a people's pride isn't about atoning for the sins of the past, and it ain't about taking revenge. It's all about accepting your nature and sticking to your convictions. But your nature of a Saiyan.
Okay, no, maybe not the killing part of that, but just the part of like, I'm fighting for me. The thing that Bardock says, like, I'm fighting because I enjoy it. That's the more of the nature of who you are. You're because Goku and Vegeta have lost their way of like, I'm fighting to better myself, which lame. But the real Saiyan pride is like, I'm fighting because I want to fight, because I want to win.
It works if that's like pride in what like your family's values are, but like every other Saiyan we've ever seen is just a bloodthirsty, horrible person. So it's like, this is the entire people's like,
you're looking at the wrong adjectives there, like just strong. They're strong, and they're combative geniuses. That's the pride.
So one of the great things about Ian reading this story is that he reads V-Jump physically in Japan. So he gets a different experience than we get over here, where it's not really V-Jump title, it's just more Dragon Ball. And Ian said, the ending stinger text in V-Jump, quote, not for atonement or vengeance, but the passion for victory, end quote, accidentally gets to the heart of the chapter better than its own dialogue.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying.
And that should have just been the message, and not all this talk about your people, and you don't want to be prideful of that kind of stuff.
That's what I picked. Cypher's thing is what I picked up.
Yeah,
from that.
At the end of the day, this is just Dragon Ball, and we are definitely reading too much into it.
Hey, and it's just a video game. Why do you care so much?
Jesus. And the way Doug and I are quoting a Mez64 video, but the way that Monaito is talking, right, as an adult reading it, an adult with a knowledge of the history of atrocities of the human race.
We never forgot.
You read more into it than what is being meant here for a kid to read. And so we do have to kind of give it that. So Monaito gives Goku and Vegeta Bardock's clothes, thinking that that's what they want to wear now that they've had this big revelation about their people and being prideful.
That's so funny.
In the version you guys read, go ahead.
You had brought up before that Monaito is like a Bardock fanboy. To be like, all right, guys, now that you're ready to rare and to go, let's put you in the clothes of a true hero, and then puts him in that. And like, so I don't want to wear this. Like, oh, I thought you would dress like him because then you look just like him. You've got the same hair, but fine, I guess I'll put you in your regular clothes.
Like me with my
finger
trying to combine clothes. Like, don't you want to be? No. Which I like to think because Goku said something. Minato. How do you say his name again? Monaito like changes Goku's outfit like completely, but then Vegeta just takes off the armor thing because he mentions like I can't fight in this armor, so I'm sure he just takes it off, and the under thing is what he always just wears.
So in the version that you guys read, which is the full color version available on the internet in English, different ways, they did not include the interstitial pages in here. And one of the interstitial pages in the Japanese version, which if you guys want to check that we got a podcast doc, I posted it in there so you could see it. When Monaito is putting Goku back in his normal clothes, Goku's sleeves are too long. And then Vegeta is just taking off the Bardock jacket, but leaving the jumpsuit beneath, telling Goku to hurry up and just rip off his sleeves.
Yeah.
But the problem is that in the full color version, Vegeta's jumpsuit was dark blue with the Bardock, but then switches to light blue afterwards. So the color is definitely this one over their head. That Vegeta is supposed to still just be wearing the jumpsuit from the Bardock clothing, which is why he's not back in his own battle armor.
And I like it because, at least for this takes place, before Superhero, and Vegeta is back to this outfit for Superhero. So that's our transition.
So it is. I never saw this interstitial page, but that's what I was exactly guessing. And I'm sure like Monaito was like fiddling around with Goku's outfit. This no.
Gas arrives, and then Goku and Vegeta step out, ready to fight together for the first time since the Tournament of Power, and but still competing. Basically, the feeling I got was like, well, I'm going to be the one to do it. We'll fight together, but it's going to be me. I'm going to be the one to get this.
Yeah, they both got that alter ego.
Then do top 10 most badass pages of Goku and Vegeta both going into their ultra forms. Oh my god, chef's kiss.
Out of context, for years, this is just an eye roll image for me. Like, oh my god, it's on every like Jim Bros t-shirt or whatever. But like now in context, I'm like, let's go. All right.
And I do like them before this, just before transforming, the whole thing of like, I'll be the one to end this, and Vegeta, not on my watch, but they've activated that sort of same yellow staticky aura that Bardock had when they are focused on victory. So
hell
victory, Uchida. And we get the dual aura as they power up. So that's the Ultra Instinct aura with the electricity, like the flames from the Ultra Ego around it. Like if you want your Ultra Ego Instinct Vegeta or Gogeta that there's a lot of fan art of out there, this is the aura he would have. And then we just get a lot of fighting. It's really good fighting, but it is just fighting. And it's them fighting together. I like it when they attack Gas and Gas is like, yeah, that's what I thought. And he just like pushes them off.
Still a bunch of nothings.
And so then Gas is asking like Vegeta, like, how are you doing this? And, even though, you're not going to win. And Vegeta says, it's got nothing to do with our odds of victory. What drives us now is the sheer desire to win. So again, it's that focus on victory. So who are you? What do you want? These are the messages for Goku in this volume to figure out where are we going with Ultra Instinct.
Yeah.
Victory Instinct? Are we calling it? Well, we'll find out when we get there.
Maybe
if we get there.
Maybe it is rage. Goku's been refusing the rage, thinking it gets in the way.
So Vegeta throws a destruction ball at Gas. Gas pushes it back. Goku and Vegeta push it back towards him. We get a little struggle. Vegeta jumps out and attacks Gas. Goku throws the ball upward out of the way. And Gas is really confused about like that Vegeta just keeps going because he didn't witness Ultra Ego versus Granolah. And now Vegeta says, damage is nothing but fuel for me. Do you realize what that means? I'm only getting stronger. And the Gym Bros start crying in mass.
What doesn't kill me makes me stronger.
Yeah.
And they start playing Headstrong by Trapped at the same time.
I do that still. I do that without Dragon Ball.
You gotta.
And that's it. That's this volume.
I had a good time.
Cool theming. Yeah. Fights were okay.
There's some stuff that needs to be looked at, and you really want to put a magnifying lens to it. Yeah. But on the whole, I still think I was a bit inflammatory with the way that I posed this on Blue Sky because I thought it would get more responses, and we got a lot of responses, which we'll get into soon.
Boy, did you. Yeah.
But that was purposeful because that's going to get people to engage. But yeah, I really did walk away from this. Like I have said from the beginning, I am liking this arc more and more with each reread, and I think that now that I'm at this point and we are this far in, and I know what's happening in the next 3 chapters, I can unequivocally say that I love this arc. And
wow, okay.
So yeah.
That's great. Yeah, I'm looking forward to more of this. I think what I really wanted, I think what I desperately want so much more is to finally see a appropriate Goku Vegeta team up where they actually like use moves coinciding with each other. That's why I wanted so desperately before for Vegeta to be charging up a move while Goku teleports around to trick Gas. I wish we could see more of that here. It doesn't look like we're gearing towards a team up thing. It's just more like we're learning together kind of thing instead. So still cool.
Which is cool. Yeah.
Give me the full Ava Unit 1 and 2 dual kick. That's what I need to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even talking about it afterwards, I ended up liking it more, even though I already kind of liked it. So,
do you think it's a commentary on? I'm still of the mindset of our Goku and Vegeta have gone soft and they've forgotten what Saiyans really are, kind of thing. Do we think that's like a meta commentary on people wanting more brutal Vegeta and Goku, like fight wise kind of stuff? Not brutal, but like more.
I don't know. I don't know if Dragon Ball is the series I look to have commentary, especially where the fans are concerned.
Even with Toyotaro, like that's what I was thinking. It's like Toyotaro of all people might do that.
I don't know.
Maybe not. I don't know. Just curious.
Yeah.
Because Toyotaro is first and foremost a fan, which is why he's doing such a great job at like making this story, that he's so in tune in both story and fan wise.
Right. I'm just trying to think, is it out of character to want to critique it by doing commentary? Or, gosh, I don't know how to put it.
I don't know.
I can't figure it out. Don't know how I feel about it.
I'm still curious. I don't know because it's all going to tie up somehow. And then that'll have because I'm still confused as hell as to like what they can do to beat Gas. Because this doesn't seem like it's going to be enough.
That's Goku's all that Bardock needed.
Goku's going to have to master this and yeah. Oh yeah, Bardock. The Bardock of it all. In my head, we're like, yeah, we're done with Bardock, and this is gonna wrap up soon. But
we're gonna get Ultra Instinct 2, and then 3, and then God Ultra Instinct. Who knows? All right. So next time is gonna be Volume 20, but not the whole thing. Just 3 of the chapters, 85 to 87. So
I wonder why that is.
Couldn't milk it another month. I don't know. Didn't.
It was time to start telling the movie. Yeah. Because at this point, June, July, August, so that's the next 3 chapters. The movie is now out. They wanted to start putting promo content out for the movie, and then that's when you get into the prequel chapters.
Wow.
Yep.
So this is wrapping up then.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely it is.
I thought Bardock came back from the past and he came to have like one big final No Way Home multiverse battle type thing.
Dear God, no.
Oof, that would be too much, too wild. But that's going to be it for what we have to say about this whole volume. But we're going to hear what you guys had to say about this volume when we get back from the break. So sit back and stick around. I don't know, words. Alrighty, and now we're back, and this time we get to hear what you guys had to say about this here volume of the Dragon Ball Super manga. As always, Ken, man in that there Blue Sky, putting out the call for responses. And Ken, then I'm going to have you take this first one here from Parker, if you don't mind.
Yeah, Parker, with their thoughts on this, says, oh, wait, what? Huh? Says, I haven't had the chance to do any readings, as I've been busy with other things, but I hope you 3 have been enjoying the Granolah arc, and I think that we have been.
Thank you. Yeah, we have.
Yeah. So far, so good. I'm digging it. I'll take this one here then from a Pika fan who says for chapters 81 to 84, redundant fight scenes for entire 81 chapter. Gas's devotion flaw is interesting, but is too late for a satisfying development. Still not convinced on modern Bardock's character and motivations. Too unexplained and no unique take on this trope. Monaito's speech rushes Vegeta's arc to an underwhelming conclusion. It lacks direct or dramatic shift in the plot and comes off like a to-do item to check off. It also shoehorns Granolah and Goku's arc into it, the latter's arc being written too late. Their flaw, their shame, and their culture is narratively the aha moment that allows for victory to be achieved in the story, but isn't tied enough to their later fight scene to make that clear. It lacks any emotional depth, and their development therefore feels empty and not resonant. Oh, wow. Man.
That's a lot.
That's a bummer.
You know what what would have saved this whole volume for me is if, because the point of Bardock is just to be like, this is a Saiyan. This is what a Saiyan is. If they had just taken the Bardock out of it and just made it an unknown random Saiyan that we don't know to be this one character, just to be like, this is what a Saiyan Pride is, and not just like, this is your dad.
Let me tell you the story about this guy named Shallot.
Just a no one would be better. Just an absolute no one, but it's a Saiyan who's like, this is my way. Like I'm fighting for victory. Like that can have been so much cooler.
And I think Monaito is a problem. Him being the one to deliver this grand speech about pride and your conviction and your nature. It's like, okay, dude, but you are like Bardock's fanboy. You're not speaking about this really objectively and not from a place of anything other than how much you love Bardock. I get it. Yeah. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like the connections are kind of weak and we've got to do a lot of, pulling things together ourselves. The strings are just not tied. You're leaving us to do that.
Yeah. And I wonder if that's also how Toyotaro felt. Like given this outline from Toriyama and it's like, oh my God, I have to have these characters say something to kind of like tie this together. I don't know.
He's doing his best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jacob Sawyer writes in and says, fun to see Jocko and the others. I liked Goku's use of tactics. I'm not certain I get the SAIYAN Pride stuff and how it is motivating Goku and Vegeta. I can't remember how this ends. Looking forward to what's next, though.
Yeah. I mean, I also don't understand it.
It seems to be a common thread. About the science. Like,
doesn't really work. Now, if they achieved some sort of new transformation, because right now they've got Ultra Instinct, which is an angelic thing, and Ultra Ego, which is like a god of destruction thing. Now, if they achieve a new Saiyan transformation that isn't super of something or another, I don't know, focused Saiyan, I don't know.
I don't want more transformations.
Yeah, then there's that whole problem.
Yeah.
So, Papa HRF says, I hate Bardock's wish. Hate it. Hate it. Retroactively giving Goku literal plot for I would assume plot armor for the entirety of Dragon Ball was such a bad move. It sullies a lot of the story, particularly later on when Goku is risking his life. And I think that we kind of covered that where it's like, it probably doesn't extend that far. It's just,
I like to think that it's just like Grandpa Gohan found him and Raditz was joining Vegeta's group off planet during the time. Like that's as far as it goes.
Right.
It gave them the chance to grow up big and healthy.
Or do you think like when Goku was in the crater asking for the Genki Dama in GT, that's when he was actually he should have died
there. The
T
in GT stands for Thrive.
Oh.
Dragon Ball Goku Thrive.
Grand Thriving.
Step into the Grand Thrive.
The G in GT stands for GGF, who writes in and says, good things. I liked the Goku/Gas fight. Between Goku trying to talk him down, the fun teleporting around, and all the humiliation and subsequent reaction at least gives Gas some personality, finally. The action continues to be well drawn as well. The bad, honestly, the wish is one of those things that is so poorly thought out, I just gotta pretend it didn't happen and move on. So in a weird way, it doesn't bother me that much. What does upset me is Goku remembering his parents and talking about his roots as a Saiyan feels like it goes against the themes I loved in the Saiyan saga. Also, crazy whitewashing of the Saiyans by Monaito here. It's nuts. Also, Bardock saying he fights to win / to beat someone down, and that's apparently a revelation. So much so that our two heroes are suddenly fine working together. What the hell does, quote, our people's pride even mean, really? Please enlighten me. We got a podcast. So I think we've touched on a lot of this kind of stuff. Yeah, Monaito knows the Saiyans killed everyone, but he's so obsessed with Bardock. He's the one. He's just like a super fan. Like, Monaito should also be like, oh yeah, your people did terrible things and killed hundreds of people here.
Yeah. And in regards to like Goku going against the whole Saiyan thing, like during in the Saiyan arc, but also he comes around to accepting his Saiyanness in the Namek arc to become a Super Saiyan too, doesn't he? So this could be the same kind of like arc that goes into. It's just like, hey, if I accept my Saiyanness, I can achieve this new great power. It's the same thing if you think about it that way.
I feel like everything that people are complaining about is like one step. We just need one step to connect it to like the real meaning. And so we're like the pride and victory and what does Bardock doing and Monaito, what does he, it's like we just, on each of those points, we just need one more step. Like we needed one more chapter or few more pages to just really nail down the connection.
Because the fact that Goku is in like one mindset and Vegeta's in another mindset, and then Bardock states those two mindsets when Gas is asking about it, and he's like, just straight up no and no. Like, these are not my reasons of fighting. Like, that's the central theme that it's going for. It's like Goku and Vegeta are not thinking right.
So let's get a little toxic and conspiratorial, guys. You ready?
Yeah. Something that I feel that this podcast has been missing this entire time.
I know. We're just too pleasant, I think, and that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
What if this was not the way it was supposed to be? We were supposed to have gotten that flesh out, but they really wanted... That was bad wording.
Flesh out. Everyone get their flesh out.
It's toxic. What if it wasn't supposed to end so early? What if next chapter was supposed to be 4 chapters, but they wanted to just go ahead and end to get to superheroes? Like, rush it up. Just, come on, let's get it together.
That would suck.
Yeah.
On so many levels.
Big bummer. Victory Uchida, he's like, make it about me. Make it about victory, and let's just hurry it up.
Right. It's the kind of thing I wouldn't be too surprised to find out, because this is V-Jump. This is still a promotional manga promoting something else, and if they want to start promoting the movie that's out, then wrap it up, guys.
Dang, they've never been great with promotion. Well, I'm thinking of figure-wise, because they didn't release barely any superhero figures during the time of the movie release. It took like a year for them to release Beast Gohan after the movie's already out. But isn't that, like you said, this is V-Jump, it's its own magazine, its own thing, but I don't know.
But we moved through Battle of Gods in 40 pages, skipped Resurrection F, jumped through a couple pages of Broly to just get to straight to other stuff. So this manga is all over the place, and so I'm just saying, like, even though we've tried to be respecting it as its own narrative and its own story, and that it's trying to tell us something, it's still a promo manga at the end of the day, and I'm not saying this happened. So if comicbook.com, if you're listening or something, I'm just spitballing here about was the original vision of this arc supposed to be better?
It's a possibility.
Yeah, exactly. Counting down the months, been like, oh no, man, there's a movie coming out. I gotta wrap this up, but they're gonna be mad if I don't. Oh man. Damn. Could be. All right. We got one here from Weeba who says, a large theme with this arc is making peace with your past. Granolah has to move past his trauma. Vegeta must reconcile with his position as one of the last remaining Saiyans, and Goku must come to terms with his Saiyan heritage. These goals must be achieved for the protagonist to secure the win. People mistake Goku and Vegeta inheriting SAIYAN pride as thinking that they're now okay with the sins of the Saiyans. A true Saiyan warrior fights for the thrill and to be the victor, and not the monsters that Frieza has made them. They are paving a new name for their race, a more noble warrior one. For the Wish, Goku and Raditz both still struggled and eventually perished together. Although free will is in question, they are saved through the direct actions of others. We still see Goku work every step of the way to be where he is. He is not some prodigal fighter who had no need for training. And also, I don't think that Wish is in effect no matter what after they kill each other. They're both going to thrive, but now they're butting heads. So they're Goku's thriving versus Red. They both got to die. So then they do. And then
I agree with
Weeba.
Life. I like that to take.
I think something particularly interesting that Weeba just said here is that a true Saiyan warrior fights for the thrill and to be a victor, not the monsters that Frieza had made them. So in all past versions of Saiyan history, they were monsters well before Frieza got involved.
Right, but then they did it for money, and that's not cool.
That makes a difference. But then if you take
huge difference.
If you take a look at, like, throw all of that out the window, because that's all in filler content, that's in GT, that's in Plan to Eradicate the Saiyans, and then just take a look at the minus version of the Saiyans and look at Guinea.
Yeah.
This is not a monstrous race. And so the way that Weeba is framing this is that the Saiyans were made this way by Frieza in the minus version of these characters. Okay. Maybe.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Frieza saw this race of people that love to fight and, are always just trying to, beat other people. And like, you know what? If I take them over, I know the exact job I'm going to have them in charge of. And then
I can exploit them.
Yeah, exactly. And they're like, hey, instead of doing this for free, I'm getting paid for it.
So just an interesting thing that I didn't even think about until just reading that just now. But there's a reason I don't read these ahead of time.
Yeah.
Marcus writes in and says, I enjoy how Gas wasn't born or created as strong as he is, unlike most Dragon Ball villains. He mirrors Goku and Vegeta a bit in how he's come up through the ranks of the universe. And it's cool that, like them, he's been at different tiers of strength over his life. Yeah. So he's a character who is actually trained, it seems like, under Elec's tutelage.
Hopefully with diapers.
He keeps one on after he transforms into his, inner nature, unleashed, whatever.
Then it soon becomes his outer nature.
I also just don't ever really think of Gas as a character, even after all these, last two volumes.
Doesn't he seem like just a tool? Like, not like a disrespectful, like, what a tool, but I mean, he is like a tool. Like, he just feels like one.
We do have that pants wedding scene, and that's funny, but like, I don't know. I don't feel like...
Yeah, it feels like a vessel up for just this wish to happen.
I think that's intentional, and it's supposed to be that way. Elec is the main bad guy.
Yeah. That's very true. We got Travo here who says, oh boy, the most controversial moment within this arc when it comes to the whole wish Bardock did. I'm okay with it because he said he wanted them to have a good life. I mean, reaching adulthood would be considered a good life to some, plus it doesn't negate the hard work both sons had to go through. See, Travo gets it too.
Yeah.
Proud of that.
Man, this must have been like a huge thing when it first came out. Like everyone must have been like weeks talking about this line.
So, Doug, we have to go back to the cycle that would happen with this, right? You had the Toyotaro haters. You don't really hear about them these days because they turned into Daima haters. And so like now people put on rose-colored glasses when they think of Toyotaro. But back in the day, dude, these haters would come out of the woodwork.
Damn.
And they would put out like a 7-page, 8-page storyboard. And remember, these are 40-page chapters, and people would see these short amount of pages, the storyboards of them, having to be secondhand translated through Herms, and they would jump to crazy conclusions about the story. And like the twists in these chapters come like in the latter half of anyways. And so people are like thinking they know everything, jumping all down Toyotaro's throat. So when this came out and it was the wish to thrive, people didn't think to say like, well, maybe this is a translation issue first.
Right.
And they just attack Toyotaro, attack the manga, and then Herms and Cypher are coming around, and to a very limited audience being like, hey guys, the Japanese here could be read a little better, a little differently, so that it doesn't carry all this weight with being so open-ended. And that was just, it was like that every week. And this just happened to be a chapter where there was a big thing in there that the Toyotaro haters could be like, see, it all sucks. It's all bad. Bring back the anime. It all sucks. It's all bad. Cancel Dragon Ball. And it was bad.
Dang, what a time.
And then I'm also just going to read this one quick one from Willis DeYoung, who says, I really enjoyed the first 2 chapters. I think the Goku gas fight was more entertaining than Goku's fight with Granolah. There are quite a few good panels in this volume, but I think the highlight for me was Whis enjoying food while seated on the space dinos. Chapter 83, I understand what they're trying to achieve with Bardock in the story, but I almost wish they left how he defeated Gas a mystery. We never see how Goku learned Super Saiyan 3, but we all accept it. And as far as I know, no one questions it at this point. Let there be a little mystery in Dragon Ball. Let Ken lose his mind on the smaller details not explained in a guidebook. And my final comment on this volume is still not enough Elec. The flashback with Bardock and Gas would have been the perfect opportunity to see Elec manipulating the fight a bit. Appreciate all the hard work. P.S. Ken, I started watching Daima dubbed with my oldest daughter. Wish me luck. I'll be thinking about you whenever Glorio does what he does best. Absolutely nothing.
I'm not so much worried about the Glorio of it all for you. I think that'll be fine. I think you're going to have to adjust to Nadolny again.
Oh, yeah. And breaking news on our end, at least. Glorio SH Figure Arts announced. Pre-order July 18th.
He's got painted on gun holster.
his holster is painted on instead of an actual thing. That looks ridiculous, but whatever.
Gosh, that's a shame.
As long as it's not $85, then we're Gucci.
All right. Well, cool. Thank you, everybody, for sending all that in. Hopefully that we've had this whole long conversation and maybe enlightened, maybe, flipped a few switches in your brain to be
pride
like,
is.
Learn the real reason for the season.
I don't know why you're confused. I get the pride thing.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that you get it. But can you get this trivia, Doug? Because there's 3 questions coming your way.
What a great segue. Can you see why kids love Cinnamon Toast Crunch? No.
Alrighty, so we got 3 of them here from Zenpai, our trivia deity. And we're going to see if Ken or Doug wins this one out. Here we go. Question number 1. In the manga version of the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 tournament arc, sorry, Doug, this one's also not for you. Boo fails his written test for failing below the required grade. Why does he fail in the anime version of the story? Oh, this is for you.
In the anime, doesn't he fall asleep?
Doug, what's your answer?
Wasn't this question already asked last?
Or is it that he spells his name wrong? I can't remember.
Oh, he doesn't put his name on there at all.
Something with his name.
What is it, Randy?
Well, he falls asleep during the test and gets disqualified. Yeah. So, Ken, you were right. You should go with your gut. Don't second guess yourself. That's not going to work out for anybody.
It never happened.
He gets the point, and the point goes to Kay.
Question 2. In the manga, Zamasu has an extra godly power not seen in the anime. What power is that?
Got to.
Interdimensional
access to God punching.
Oh, no. Like Janemba?
We're just talking about stuff he doesn't do in the anime?
Yeah, there's a power he's got in the manga that he doesn't have in the anime. Or at least exhibits it in the manga.
Power of love?
Yeah, he uses Janemba's interdimensional punching.
Maybe, but the answer that Zenpai has chosen is healing powers. So
maybe, but...
I don't recall. It's been forever since I read that, and it is what it is. Question 3. Which tournament of Power Fighter does Beerus himself admit is kind of cute in the manga?
The nipple guy. Just kidding. He is the nipple guy.
Monaka?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
The throwaway line.
It is Ribrianne. So.
Oh. The Ribrianne.
Transformed? Combined Ribrianne?
Yeah.
He's transformed.
I think transformed.
Ribrianne?
We know that he likes Chile. So.
Yeah. So pre-transformed Ribrianne. If he has a type. Because
it's true, it would be petite.
Viewers, you let us know. Tell us the answer to Zenpai's mystery question.
It's true. And viewers...
Is she hot or not?
True. Don't know. And viewers / listeners, thank you for listening and watching. We love interacting with you.
Oh, is it over?
Keeping you... Yeah, it is. So we got to thank him for keeping them in the conversation.
Well, thank him.
I'm trying, but you keep interrupting me, Doug.
Come on, man. What's the problem?
We'd like to keep you in the conversation talking about our favorite franchise in the world. If you want to post at us at Blue Sky, just hit us up over there at wegotapodcast.com. That's just over there at there. And then, of course, you can email us at wegotapod@gmail.com.
Nice. And thank you to Rifti Beats for
Hey, Doug, hurry it up. This is taking too long. Come on, we're trying. Let's go. Come on.
And thank you to Rifti Beats for letting us use track Kick Our Theme Hip Hop Trap Remix.
Wait, which game is it from?
Kakarot. Kakarot? Is it from Kakarot? Oh, I never noticed that. The Kakarot theme hip hop trap remix. You can find that great track by Rifti on his SoundCloud. Ken, where can people find you?
You can find me on the Konzenshu podcast next episode covering the Kakarot Daima DLC.
Nice. And Randy?
Same, but also you can find me over on Blue Sky at Saberbreaker at wegotapodcast.com. So, what about you, Doug?
I won't be on that podcast because I never played Kakarot, but Jabaz Doug is where I'm at. You can find me on the socials there.
All right, Doug, we're going to record on the 27th, so you have some time to play through the whole base game, all 6 DLCs, and the Daima DLC. So it'll only take you about 130 hours probably if you really get to it.
Cutscene only mode I can watch?
Yeah,
well, you could just... you could just jump into the Daima thing. You don't have to play the whole base game. So.
But how will I understand the whole Daima story if I don't watch before?
Yeah, that deep lore.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, thank you for watching, subscribing, listening, reviewing. We always appreciate it. And no big diatribe. Just tell your friends and tell your moms. And we'll catch you Matinator.
Bye.
Bardocks.
I said the word diatribe twice on this podcast.
Dude.
Wow. And nobody noticed.
You can diatribe my balls.